So every year, I get what I would consider to be the end of summer blues. I'm not sure if it's something that just stems from my childhood because it signals going back to school and summer being over, the blue skies and the fun and the freedom. But without fail, every year when summer draws to an end, I always get this looming sense of I don't know what I would call it. I'm not sure what I would call it, but it's a negative feeling. At the time of this video, it's still nice out. It's still really nice outside, and I could still find time to go out and enjoy it. But being in my line of work, summertime is just full throttle, which makes it a little bit worse because I don't feel like I have the time to really do that much fun stuff. And when I am doing something relatively fun, I always have work on my mind still. You got to worry about getting up early tomorrow and dealing with this and pick up that and make sure you call this guy. As a kid, I always hated school. Like, I was not a fan of school as a kid. I wasn't a good student. I didn't like it. I wanted to be free. I wanted to be out of there. I was the kid that would stare out the window every day and just go, God, get me out of here. I don't want to be in here. I don't like these teachers. I don't like the smell of this place. I don't like what we're talking about. I don't like any of this. It's probably most kids, though, right? And also being somebody that's dealt with anxiety and depression and panic attacks and stuff off and on their whole life, that's another looming fear that comes with like these end of summer blues. Because I know in my mind the days are getting shorter, the dark, dreary weather. And I don't always despise that weather. Sometimes a nice, fall or winter day can be beautiful as well, but I enjoy the sunshine, the longer days, the vitamins you get from the sun, the blue sky and the beauty of it all. When that starts to go away, especially in a place like where I live, it can be brutal. It almost feels like that back to school feeling. Does that make sense? And every summer, when it draws to an end, I almost feel like that affects me as much as like New Year's Eve, another year has passed. I get that same feeling as much, if not more, towards the end of summer. Then I get it, you know, New Year's Eve. For some reason, summer to me, and I'm a summer baby, so summer to me always feels like the end of a great year to me. I remember as a kid how important summer was. I'm sure all of you guys know what I'm saying. As a kid, it was like summer was everything. Riding your bike. And as I'm speaking to people before the internet, people my age and older. Summertime, no alarm clock when you're a kid. No worries. You just go outside and the air smelled different. The sky felt bluer. I remember very vividly as a kid being outside on a spring or summer morning. I don't know where this was. Maybe it's just some generic memory that I have. I remember being outside early in the morning, the smell of the fresh air, the dew on the grass, and it was so quiet. I remember the Cessna plane flying over, and that early memory just is so amazing to me. A peaceful day with not a care in the world, and I just smell that morning dew on a beautiful day, and I was in such a good mood, and I was mesmerized by this little Cessna plane flying over. For some reason, that vision, that moment has always stuck with me as just such a beautiful moment in my life as a kid. And as an adult now, I get really bummed out that I don't really have anything like that. I don't really enjoy things like that anymore. I'll find myself at times trying my best to, like I said, go down to the beach or wherever and just chill and admire nature and the sounds and the sights, the simple stuff we all take for granted, like a bird flying by or, like I always say, the waves crashing against rocks. Try to get all the controversial nonsense out of my head. But I always feel like the end of summertime is the end of that. And I always feel like I never spend enough time enjoying that stuff in the summer. Partially because of work. A lot of it's because of work. But it's almost like I have that back to school feeling towards the end of summer, even though I'm an adult. I still get that back to school feeling that I never liked at all. It always really bothered me because I was never a good student. I think that a lot of it is the feeling of, you know, part of our minds know damn well that when we're out of sunlight and we're out of the good weather, it does something to us mentally as well, especially people that suffer with depression and anxiety and stuff and panic attacks. Like, the sunlight is good for that. At least for me it has been. When I'm out in the sun all day, I feel pretty damn good. I find myself being in a much better mood in the summertime, the spring and summer. So I'm a little bit worried about that because all of my bad, most of my bad memories of like being in a slump mentally, the vast majority of them are in the fall and the winter. I love the snow too. Don't get me wrong. I love the look of the snow. I love the Christmas music. I love all the snacks that come along with fall and winter. But when summer ends every year, I tend to get that feeling of, man, I'm getting older, and man, I'm on this escalator that's moving up, and I can't stop it. That's how I feel sometimes as my life goes by. I feel like another year has gone, another summer has gone by. And then, not to be depressing, you think to yourself, how many more do I have left? Or how many more do I have left with the people I love? You know? I've lost so many people in these last, 5 and 10 years. It's crazy. I've lost so many people in the last 5 or 10 years. I mean, loved ones, people that really close friends who are younger than me, just bad stuff happening, and it's just been over and over and over and over. And the only positive from that is that I've really been hyper focused on how short life is, and hyper focused on the fact that it is so easy to take people for granted. You know what I mean? It is so easy to take people for granted. Even people that might like annoy you a little bit, and you lose them and you go, you know what? They weren't so bad at all. They weren't so bad at all. I think I talked about this old guy, John, before in a video of mine. Nice old guy from the gym. He was awesome. And this last spring, he was blowing my phone up because he wanted to meet up and get food. And I kept putting him off, and then John was calling me a week, for a week there, leaving me voice messages. Hey, boy, let's go get dinner. Hang out. I haven't seen you. And I was like going through a stressful job at the time. I'm like, John, I'll call you back. I forgot to call John back. And then about 2 weeks later, someone told me John had passed away. Man, that was horrible. It feels horrible right now even talking about that. But it happens. You get caught up, and I just think to myself, as summer draws to an end, I get that end of summer blues again, and I think to myself, man, it's like being a kid again, feeling like I have to go back to school. For me, it always sucked. I hated that feeling. But I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this way. I just wonder if I'm crazy for feeling this as much now as most people do in like New Year's Eve. People say, wow, another year has passed. I get that feeling in the summertime as summer draws to an end. I'm assuming you guys probably feel that too, to some degree anyway.